Every company talks about self-service of their data, but the reality is simple. If people can't find the right data, they can't use it. The biggest blocker isn't skill or intention, it's discovery. With Atlan, discovery becomes a barrier-free experience. Rich, personalized search and browsing experiences, plus conversational search, help every user quickly zero in on the assets they actually need. The result? Best in class discovery across your data ecosystem so your teams can find the right assets faster and start driving value from your data sooner. As teams lean more into AI, the ability to simply ask a question and quickly pinpoint the right data asset becomes a must, especially for business users. Atlan's conversational search, powered by Atlan AI, makes that experience feel effortless because when your assets are enriched with the right context and metadata, it can interpret natural language questions accurately and surface the most relevant results. For example, a business user trying to identify the best Snowflake tables for customer information can describe what they're looking for in natural language. Atlan responds with a clear set of matching assets, complete with recommendations informed by metadata signals like descriptions, ownership, certifications, and other contextual clues. So users aren't just given options, they're guided to the right one with confidence. And discovery isn't limited to data sets. With Atlan's glossary, teams capture shared definitions for metrics and business terms across the organization. With conversational search, getting clarity is as easy as asking, how do we calculate days since prior order? Atlan surfaces the correct glossary term, interprets it in context, and presents the calculation details, along with the supporting definition of customer and key nuances like excluding the day of the current order. To keep users moving forward, conversational search also includes direct links to the source term for validation, as well as suggested follow-up prompts that guide the next step in exploration. While Atlan sets the bar for conversational discovery, it's just as strong when users prefer a more traditional search experience. In asset discovery, Atlan delivers an e-commerce style interface that feels immediately familiar. Think of how you shop online. You don't just search for shoes and scroll endlessly. You narrow results by size, color, brand, and fit until the right options rise to the top. Atlan brings the same approach to data, combining search with powerful filtering across metadata such as asset type, source system, domain, lineage availability, and more. Better still, Atlan personas tailor the experience to the person doing the searching, so results stay relevant and users aren't overwhelmed. Analysts only see views and dashboards, engineers focus on only tables and DBT assets, and business users can concentrate just on dashboards and metrics. Personalization extends to how asset names are even displayed. Each asset can have both a technical name and a business-friendly alias, and you can set which one appears by default for each persona. That means a business user doesn't have to interpret dim customers. They see customer dimensions, making discovery clearer from the very first glance. Once a query is entered, Atlan ranks results using relevant scoring that accounts for signals such as names and aliases, descriptions, glossary associations, and, critically, trust markers like verified certifications, so the most relevant assets rise to the top. From there, users can quickly narrow results using a rich set of filters. If a user knows the work they're doing lives in a specific system like Snowflake, they can quickly narrow results to that environment by filtering on the connection, so they're only looking at what's relevant from the start. And when they already know what shape of the asset they need, they can cut straight to it, filtering by asset type to remove the noise. For example, if they're trying to find a table, they can exclude columns and skip the clutter. If ownership matters, users can zoom in or out depending on the question. At a higher level, they can filter assets by business area or domains, such as finance. And when they need even more precision, they can filter by owner to focus on a specific team, such as financial analysts, or even an individual responsible for the asset. For teams that package trusted data for reuse, discovery becomes even easier through Atlan's data product marketplace. Users can filter assets within a specific data product, staying within a curated, productized collection instead of searching across everything. When trust is the priority, users can lean on certifications to focus only on verified assets, or, just as importantly, spot deprecated assets so they don't accidentally build on something that shouldn't be used. For governance and compliance workflows, users can filter by tags, making it simple to locate assets marked with confidentiality or audit related classifications. And if someone is starting from a business language, such as a metric or a definition, they can filter by glossary terms to surface the assets where that term is applied, connecting definitions directly to the data that supports them. Users can also filter based on key signals and red flags using properties. For example, narrowing to assets missing lineage, which may indicate something's abandoned, searching for specific patterns and descriptions, or focusing on assets with active announcements that might flag an issue. When data health is top of mind, Atlan can surface assets with data quality failures, powered by Atlan's Data Quality Studio and integrated third party tools, so teams can move from discovery to remediation faster. And finally, users can utilize usage insights to prioritize what's most relied upon across the organization or identify assets that have gone dormant, which is especially helpful for cleanup, cost optimization, and deprecation work. And with custom metadata, teams can define their own business specific fields and use them as filters. That turns metadata into an operational tool, enabling work lists for cost optimization, deprecation initiatives, or enrichment sprints where the goal is to prioritize assets that need more context. Just like filtering down to blue size 10 jogging shoes, these filters can be combined to match the exact use case a user has in mind, without requiring them to know the technical landscape behind the scenes. The results themselves are designed for fast decision making, displaying key details at a glance, such as usage, description, and data quality where applicable. Clicking into a result opens the Asset Companion sidebar, providing users with deeper context without leaving the discovery page, allowing them to quickly navigate through options. Users can also tailor the results view to display the most useful fields like tags, terms, and other metadata based on what their users care about. And while Atlan's relevance scoring is strong out of the box, users can switch sorting modes at any time, from alphabetical to most recently updated from a metadata perspective, or source popularity, depending on their preferred method. Finally, once users land on the right asset, they can star it for quick access later. Starred assets aren't just about saving, they're fully integrated into Discovery as a filter, making it easy for users to return to their most important data anytime they revisit the Asset Discovery page. Now that you've seen Atlan's Discovery in action, you can see how rich, personalized search and browsing, paired with conversational AI, removes the guesswork from finding data.